Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Um, I'm hoping, I don't know quite what happened with the stream yesterday. I appreciate everybody showing up from the lifeboat and from my channel. And I appreciate you showing back up on the lifeboat and my channel yesterday to celebrate and honor my dad. I really appreciate that. I don't know why my computer, if it came out a little bit funny, I don't know why. I have an old computer just like this girl, and sometimes it wants to be a little slow. And so I appreciate everybody. The pictures came out wonderful, but I look back and I'm going, what happened? So I have some, it looks like it's crystal clear tonight. So yay. But if it was a little bit, I apologize for that yesterday, but I'm glad that I still was able to show the pictures, and that's really what we're there for the pictures, right? Seventh, no. I haven't finished the missing letters and the baby's blanket because I have the same blanket that I have to do for a baby girl come what day is it? Baby girl we have a baby shower on the 18th, and I have to do another blanket, and that's like in 3 weeks. And so I have to really focus on getting that one done. And the other baby shower is until June 18th. So not June 18th, somewhere around in there. I forgot. I have to look when we have to go. So I have some time to fix the blooper and the baby's blanket. The baby won't know, I know, but I've been working on this other blanket pretty heavily today and watching movies because it's got to get done by May 18th. And then the other one will follow suit. So that's what had to come first. I'm so glad I checked it out because I looked at the blanket and I'm like, Mary, yep, you totally skipped the road D, E, F, and G. Just totally forgot those letters. It didn't matter. It didn't exist. And it went right from A, B, C. And hi, Kristen at Bella's Whisper Farmstead. So anyway, it is what it is. At least I just have to tear off the top row, and I didn't miss it all the way at the very beginning. That I'm thankful for. I just have to rip out the top. But as we call in the crochet world, frogging is no fun. So this is the way we're going to work it because last week it was very, very successful, and everybody seemed to enjoy it. So I'm going to put a link in the chat, and those that want to come on can come on and hang out with us for an hour or two and enjoy what I think is really important as we are doing the Super Bowl for mental health month is that connection is really important. And I think yesterday was really important too, as we were kind of talking about the fact that when you're caregiving for somebody, sometimes be able to go out. Hi, Christina. The ability to maybe go out is not necessarily easy to do because hi LSB, because you may be caregiving, so this may be a form of being able to have that connection and that socialization, which is really, really good for mental health. So I just ask that you will please be respectful. I ask that there is no cuss words being used. Remember, we're streaming on my channel and a channel that has come like family to me, and that's the Lifeboat. So I take it very seriously. Please come on and be respectful. When you put in your name and type it in, I can only have 10 people on at a time. When you come in you put your name on, please go ahead and put it as it appears in your handle. Now I know one of the girls that came on last, she has a lot, and she goes by Lydia, but I know her. So I just ask that. I ask that you're respectful and there's no cuss words being used, and we just have fun. We just be nice and gracious and wonderful to each other, and doing it by through the Lifeboat and me. There's going to be people coming on that are not familiar with the Lifeboat, so let's all welcome them on both the Lifeboat channel, and of course they will, and my channel. And so you'll get to meet some new friends, but you'll probably come in and go, oh, I know that person. And that's the part of starting to make those connections and kind of breaking out. Hi, Jess Miller. So I'm going to put the link up. I look forward to people coming on and just chit-chatting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm going to put the link up, and I just really thought that this was really important. that I don't know if I can. No, so um, I'm going to go ahead and do this now. The only thing that I ask is because it's streamed on the Lifeboat. If you go ahead and click on it, it says stream on your channel. If you have a channel, please do not do that. Just come on. That's the only thing I do ask. I cannot remove that or remove the Lifeboat. So I just ask that if it says stream on your channel, that you please do not hit that. And if there's anything, that I need, something needs to be removed, and I hope we don't have to do that, I will do so. Because we're going to just come and have fun. That's the purpose of it. We can't always be serious, right? We can't always be serious. So I'm going to put the link on, and you do not have to come on by camera if you don't want to. You can come on without the ability to have the camera and just come on voice. We had that last week where there was, somebody that came on, a friend of mine. She didn't want to show her face, and that was fine. We still had a good old time. So it's just about connecting. That's really, really something that I do home on my channel is let's connect. Let's build these connections and build these friendships and really just foster that. It really does help your mental well-being. We all need our time where we're just maybe sitting in a corner crocheting and we're just having our time by ourselves. But this is so needed. And again, going through my story yesterday with my dad, I just can tell you, honest to goodness gracious, it was so important to me that I wish I did something like this. Now, the first person that's going to take it, hi, Kelly, is somebody that you all can meet. And that is my daughter. So she's going to come on. Christina, don't tell any secrets. But anyway, I will have her on. Hold on a second. I have to do this. Hold on just a minute. And then we'll add people as people choose to come on.
Oh,
here she is. She's in the dark. You can't see her, but that's my kid.
Technically I'm working right now, but I can come on for a few minutes.
She just wanted to say hi, right?
Hello, everybody.
You can't see her, but she's saying hi. So that's my kid. I'm very, very proud of her.
Trying to get into the light here. Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody.
Doing good. Yeah, I heard. She called me this afternoon, and she was just laughing and squealing. And she said, "I was dancing." I said, "What you doing?" She said, "I'm dancing in the rain." I said, "Good for you."
Now, first
Go dance.
I went with my clothes on, which because I didn't have time to get a bathing suit on because it was raining really good.
Yeah.
So I went on with my clothes, and then I changed to a bathing suit. I met my next door neighbor.
I thought, you know what? I need to get the next time it rains. I think we forget to do that. We used to do this as kids.
Oh, I jumped in puddles. I was having a grand old time. Sit.
Yeah.
Sit, Brandy. Good girl. I almost called her a boy. If the camera gets a little dizzy, excuse me. I forgot to. Oh, well. I'm just trying to like, because it gets, especially like at 10 o'clock.
Oops, I took her off. Sorry.
It's 9 o'clock at night, and outside it gets just a, oh, Brandy, you got me all dirty. We're playing a grand old time.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. It was good to hear you laugh. If anybody else wants to come on, please come on.
Yeah, I'm just helping my mom out because me and her have not been live in such a while.
Yeah.
There. But yeah, I was doing that. That was really fun today, and then met my neighbor, jumped in some puddles. So it was very fun.
I think we all need to get some puddles. I just loved being on the phone listening to you laugh.
Rain.
It was so much fun.
So good. Especially
go out and dance in the rain.
The only time I hate it though is when it's after it rains and after it rains and the sun comes out and then the humidity starts.
I'm going to mute the mic for a minute because otherwise you're going to hear all the dogs barking. And that's all we're going to hear is the dogs barking. She gets to go work with doggies all day. It's so much fun. I'm going to let her do her thing. And then I'll get her back on in a minute when all the dogs stop barking. She's probably going, "What's happening?" There's a reason. All right. Please come on. This is it. I want to have fun with this. For sure.
Sit. Sit. You know this. Good boy.
I muted you for a minute because all they're going to hear is the dogs barking.
No, I'm sorry. I completely understand. I forgot about them. That he doesn't like. That's Bruno. He doesn't really like. Sit. He doesn't really like being in his kennel that much. I think he's used to getting let out when he barks, which is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because then he gets what he wants, and it's not very good training on the owner's part. Oh, it was horrible. As soon as I got here, I was taking like 1 or 2 dogs out, and then it downpoured.
How fun, right?
Yeah, like I didn't want to get my clothes wet now because 1, I'm not home where I can change really quick. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm in the dark. And 2, I don't. You know, I'm I'm like I'm stuck here and I don't want to be cold all night.
No, so it makes perfect sense.
So, you better believe I tried. I need a bigger umbrella. You know what I need? If you ever want to get me a birthday present, although I got my birthday present picked out.
Now, see, y'all wouldn't believe it, but she was very quiet growing up. She's not quiet now.
Well, that's when I started acting.
Yes.
And then once I started acting,
yeah,
that's when I started to get on my shelf. But yeah, it rained a lot last month, but then it kind of slowed down and it's not as cold. Except at night. It actually feels really nice out here when the breeze is blowing.
Like, well, Kelly B says it's been raining here, thus the pain. It's cold here too. Oh, I'm sorry. No pain.
No pain, but cold. I need the cold. I'm sweating like a pig on a barbecue. Like, it's just imagine the pigs that get roasted.
Now, we were both raised in Florida, so you would think that we would like the hot weather, but we all like the cold weather.
Diabetic, not a fan.
No, we all like the cold weather.
Well, as a diabetic, I sweat more.
Yeah.
So I also hate the heat very much because I sweat a lot and it's not comfortable.
And if Kristen fell asleep, then she needs to rest. And that's okay. She's got a lot. But hop on, everybody. Let's have a party. It's a Saturday night hangout. This is all about connecting. And I've got more spots and more seats in my house that people can come in and just get to know each other. You know, part of connecting is sometimes when we all have it, and this is what's so wonderful about having all these ripples happening. It's kind of what I talked to you about yesterday. You know, you have these ripples happening, and when you go into each other's channels, you kind of know each other. How often do we go to a party and we're scanning the room? Is there somebody, please, I know here? You feel comfortable. So when you go on my channel or My Other's Keeper or Kristen's channel or Kelly B's or Anita Meeting or any of those channels, you know some of these people and you can walk in and go, hi, you know, it's not something you don't know. And that's the real amazing thing about all these ripples that are happening. And by doing this, both live streaming it on the boat and having it here, there's people that are going to come in here and you get to meet new people, but you're going to have some of the same people that you're familiar with, like me and like some of the other people that you know can participate, and then you make a new friend. We can't have enough friends. We can't have enough connection. Really, honestly, I know we need our core 5, but the more friends we have, the more love we have, and the more connection points we have. And every friend that comes in brings in a different part of it. they bring in a different aspect and they bring in a different way of thinking, and it's amazing.
Oh, this dog right here is so I'm so sorry. This dog right here, his name is Bear, and he looks like a bear.
Oh,
I'll have to show you maybe one time. But no, about the whole like making friends and stuff. That's why I love doing lives. There's one live that I went on. The last live I went on, I think, on my Relates channel, and oh, I must have done that.
no,
Oh,
I did it because we had somebody else that decided to come in and join the party. Hi, Mystery.
Hi there. How are you, Mary?
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's a beautiful morning here in Western
Yes, it
Australia.
is.
It's sunshine and lots of birds.
all right.
Oh, how beautiful.
It is. It's a magical
I
day in the future for everyone.
Yes, it is. I'm sure it is. Australia is beautiful.
And I'm actually in Western Australia.
I've never met anybody from from Australia.
Well, now you did.
Have once.
Or a voice. Hello, how are you?
Huh?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
And
Sorry.
who am I speaking to? Sorry.
That's my daughter.
Oh, is Christina still on?
Yes, she is. She's just in the dark
Ah,
taking the dogs out.
Yeah.
love it.
Here,
And
I'm
is
gonna.
everyone having a great day? Or evening now, isn't it?
I'm just gonna
Overall,
put my mic on right now, Mom, just so I can really focus.
okay. I
But
love
still,
you, girl.
no, I'm gonna keep on here.
Okay.
I'm just having my mic on so it's easy, so nobody will get dizzy when I'm moving the camera around.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So it's 10 to 10 in the morning in WA. And in Western Australia, as WA, as we call it for short, is the loneliest city in the whole of the world. We're the most isolated city because we're so far away from anyone. I wonder if anyone's worked out who I am yet.
I know who she is.
Oh,
Besides you, Mary. I
no.
can't see the chat. That's cheating.
Oh my goodness. You can beat her later.
I'm going to mute her or we're going to hear barking, 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 barking. She wanted so badly to join. I forgot. I messaged her and I sent her the link and I totally forgot she was working. She's like, I wanted to hop on. Yes. Jessie figured it out.
Who worked it out? Sorry?
Jessie figured it out.
Ah.
Yes.
So we have blue skies today. It's going
Oh,
to
how
be
beautiful.
28 degrees Celsius. So I'm sorry, I don't know Fahrenheit. I haven't Googled it this morning, but it is going to be a magical day because I'm going to spend it in the garden listening to everyone. And I can't wait.
Listening to everybody on the YouTubes?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, how
While I do
nice.
gardening.
Well, you have a green thumb and I don't.
Well, nearly everything's dead, but that's fine. I
I
need to
just do
pull
the
out all of
crochet.
my weeds.
I just do the crochet. That's all I do.
Good for you. How's your garage going?
Oh, it's packed with Christina's stuff now. We unloaded it to get room so that we could put Christina's stuff in there.
All right, I'm back.
She heard her name, I think.
Really quick, I wanted to say I love your accent, number one. And number two, I don't have a green thumb either. If you were in Ohio, I'd probably ask you tips on how to garden because I have no idea how to. I just moved into a new house, so my area around my house, I would like to start gardening, but I keep killing plants instead of making them grow. Sorry, I interrupted.
That's okay.
Thank you for the lovely compliments.
Oh, you're welcome.
So yes, 7th and Jessie Miller unboxing more. It is me, Miss Mon or Monica, but Mon is fine.
It is a pleasure to have you. An absolute pleasure.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, Mary.
Oh, it
You're
is.
so lovely. And I was so looking forward to actually catching you live because usually I'm doing something else first thing in the
Or
morning,
you
like
may be asleep.
exercises. Not at 10 to 10 in the
Well, not at
morning.
10 to 10, but sometimes you sleep because it's how I think it's like 16 hours or something like that.
Time zones are weird. I have like one friend and one internet, well, not anymore internet best friend, but one friend in England, one friend in Denmark, and then I have another in the Netherlands. And trying to keep track of all their times is crazy.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I,
So I'm
I
not
get
sure.
confused.
Well, I remember when I was first doing my Narnia Instagram account, I met someone from Australia. I want to say it was Australia, and me and her got on like it was a just an instant click, and I was out of school by the time, or I was out of school and the sunrise had started to rise when she was or when we were FaceTiming. I think it was still dark actually. She was,
Oh, magical.
but I had gotten out of school and we were starting to FaceTime. We FaceTimed and it was morning for her and it was night for me. That's what I remember. So,
How gorgeous and what a beautiful memory to have.
oh yeah, I miss her. Her mom ended up finding out that she had an account and didn't really like it. So, that the next day I remember she had to cut off like having Instagram because her mom I guess caught her or whatever. Um, I cried like all the way home and I was just a mess that next day. It was awful.
Oh,
But
that's so sad.
I will say I've met so many friends, I've met so many more friends on my Narnia Instagram account, and two of those, one from Narnia, one from England and one from Denmark, they both came to my wedding. They both flew in and I met them for the first time a couple days before my wedding, and they flew in and actually came to my wedding.
Oh,
So,
how gorgeous.
and one actually
She had
saved
an
my life.
international girl.
Yeah, the one actually saved my life one time, and the other one, she said we both been longtime friends, so I miss them dearly. I wish I could
But
have
they're
like,
friends for life.
Yeah.
oh, they are. They're
Yep.
sisters to me.
Yeah. Christina, just remember, we're doing this on 2 channels.
What do you mean?
We're doing it on my channel and we're doing it on the Lifeboat, so it's getting streamed on both channels.
That's fine.
I know. I'm just telling you.
I know. I was kind of confused when you were explaining. I'm like, what is she talking about?
I'm just
But
telling you. I
Has
get
anyone got a
confused.
question from me, for me, from Western Australia?
I'm sure you've seen kangaroos.
Oh, yes. I was brought up, my grandfather had a farm, so we spent a lot of time up there. So over in WA, we have red kangaroos, not greys, normally. They look very friendly, but can be extremely dangerous and have very large claws.
I've
Um,
I've seen
and they're
videos
quite
of
scary at times as well. We used to collect the joeys if the mothers had died or something like that. So we used to hand rear them. And then my sister has a special breed of sheep that she imported from the UK. I don't know their first name, but they're called Boots because look like they've got little fluffy feet like boots. And one of them had been rejected by its mother and it had broken its leg. So that sheep is now a little ram. It thinks it's a dog and it has its own prosthetic leg so it can get round. And it's still so tiny that it can still fit through the doggy door, even though it's a sheep.
Oh my goodness.
And they're about 6 hours drive away, which is huge in WA because we literally from bottom to top are the equivalent of the whole other side of the eastern states.
Well, it's like in Florida, everything was so close. But here in Ohio, it's not. I mean, you could take an hour to drive someplace. Everything's not close.
No, and that makes sense as well. I have been to the States. I went to Boston and Philadelphia and then Los Angeles down to Tucson. So I did a Kentucky tour 100 million years ago, as I always say. And then I had a pen pal who I met in Boston with her parents, and I stayed there for 2 weeks. So I love to travel
I've never been to
and hope
Boston.
I'll get back to the States one day.
Well, you got to come to Ohio one of these days.
Of course, of course, of course.
You have
Just to
to
find
come to
that bacon
Ohio.
jam.
Yes. She wants to try some of that hot pepper bacon jam.
Those
Yeah.
boys guzzled it in seconds.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much it would cost to ship it to Australia.
Yes. No,
Probably a small
that's very
fortune.
kind, but no, thank you. It's perfectly okay. All right, I'll jump off because there's no other questions from anyone.
Well,
Is
it was a
it
joy to have you on.
wait,
Everybody think who
I
you
have
were.
I was just curious. Is this spiders sometimes big and huge? Like, because I've seen videos of huge, ugly spiders around those parts of the world. Is it
So
like? Do you ever come
there
across
is
those?
we have what's called daddy longlegs in WA. We also have redbacks. So redbacks are poisonous, but there's a treatment for those. Not everyone reacts. There is white tail spiders that rot your skin, so you really don't want to be bitten by one of those. And then daddy longlegs, literally they can grow to the size of your hand, but allegedly are not toxic, only because they can't bite you because they've got such huge long legs as such. But spiders are great because I love spiders. They eat all of the flies and also the
Christina does
mosquitoes
it.
because the flies are bad in Australia.
Christina, you would hear her probably in Australia yelling as, "Oh
You
my
hear
goodness, there's a spider!"
you hear me scream?
Yep.
No, I can do spiders. I just can't do snakes because usually in WA, snakes are duggites. Doesn't matter if they're babies or adults, and are just as toxic with their poison when they bite you. So people think because they're a baby, they don't have much venom, but they actually do.
Yeah, my husband. The deal with me and him. He wants a hognose snake, and I want a beta fish. And the only way I can get a beta fish is if he gets a hognose snake. So I said, if as long as it doesn't crawl on me, I told him if it ever crawls on me, I cannot control my hands. I will involuntarily chuck it across
Throw
the room.
it.
I know they're harmless, but I just I will
Yeah,
I
no,
even
most of the snakes in Australia are toxic and can kill
yeah,
you with one bite, literally, if you
yeah
don't
I
get enough anti venom in time.
ugh.
So in these states in Queensland, where my dad was from, they have brown snakes. Sometimes they'll have pythons, and then of course the pythons aren't toxic, but it depends on how big they get. They can strangle things.
Cosmic says there's no comparison between a betta fish and a snake, Ola.
Hello.
This
Oh, well,
girl does not like snakes one bit.
I don't like
Don't even
snakes.
like to see pictures of the snakes.
Jared,
I'm with
Ooh.
you, Christina. Totally with you. And
it
also,
was
we have snakes that are venomous that swim. So you also have
oh,
to be careful sometimes at
the
certain
water.
places at the beach.
Oh gosh, no, I'll take my chances with with a shark.
Oh, but then you got to add a crocodile too, because sometimes the crocodiles swim in the beach.
Well, I mean, to be honest, growing up in Florida, you saw a lot of alligators. I know they're not crocodiles, but they're the same kind
Similar. Yeah.
of similar. I mean, I will tell you, there was one time when I was a kid, I was riding with my best friend, and we were in the middle of a bustling city, and there was a highway, and I just saw an alligator sitting in the middle of the highway. It didn't care one bit that there was cars passing around. It's just like, hey, what's up? So
Oh my
I'm
God,
used to
Father.
alligators growing up.
Scary stuff.
All
Scary
right,
stuff.
I'm going to add another friend of mine. She is from Tuber Chat that I found her. She comes to my channel. She's an amazing supporter, and her name is Kristen, and she's from Kristen Bella Farm Whisperer. So for the Lifeboat crew, this is just a new friend. So I'm going to put her on stage and I'm going to welcome her too. Hi, Kristen. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. She has a beautiful farm out there.
I have horses. Lucky.
I don't know if she has horses, Christina,
Darn
but
it.
I know.
I don't have horses.
Oh, darn it. I was
We have a
about
lot
to
of chickens and ducks, and our bull is about to be in the freezer. So
yummy.
Well, you took us on a walk the other day, and it was absolutely beautiful.
I wish I could have joined your walk, Mom. I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing something. But yeah, I used to do that with my Instagram. I should do that again, is take them for a walk.
But it's nice to meet you, Bella.
you
What a
too.
pleasure it is. She comes in my chat, and I see her on Tuber Chat all the time. It's lovely to meet you.
Since I'm sitting down and not moving.
And Kristen, that's my daughter, Christina.
I'm sorry, you can't see me very well. I'm in the dark.
I can see something in the background.
Yeah.
Looks like
She's
light.
Now we're going to hear the dogs barking. I'm muting you for a minute, Kristen.
God, it's just this one dog. I don't know what.
Or we're going to hear the dogs bark all over the place. I'm learning how to do all this stuff.
He's
You know,
not
when you're
barking.
when
Someone just
when you
barks again, I'll mute myself.
when you do this YouTube thing, you're just learning how to do it.
I'm
Try
trying
not
to
to make everybody. There we go. I'll figure it out. So how are you doing today, Bella or Kristen?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm certainly doing a lot better than I was. I kind of had a day where I just kind of chilled and dealing. I have fibromyalgia, so some days are worse than others. And I was like, this certainly has put a good smile on my face. See, y'all, what connection can do, and meeting new people. And you have chickens, and I've seen chickens, right? You have chickens on your on the farmstead.
A garden. So we're hoping to add a couple more things to our farm. So
maybe you can give me some points on how to garden, because I would
love to do that. Yeah.
I end up killing all my. Jared bought me like 2 plants, and I ended up killing both of them. But I need to plant. I just moved in. I need to start planting stuff around my house. So maybe you can give me some tips on how to garden and what to do. Because I know my grandma's going to help me with 2 potted plants.
Do you know what kind of plants they are?
The ones that are growing, because there's plants already in those 2 potted ones that I have, and I have no idea what they are. I'll have to show you a picture or something.
You can send me a picture.
I can send my mom a picture, however you wanted to do it. But maybe you can tell me what the heck they are, because I have no idea.
You know, you can take a picture on Google, and then it can tell you the type of plant it is and like how to take care of it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Thanks for
we learned something new, and we don't know plant. Google it. You can do everything on Google.
It then. I'll try to find that option, because I have no idea what it is. My grandma was like, I don't even know what that is either. Yeah, my grandma, I don't know if you remember this, Mom, about Mimi when she was in Florida. She had a book on how to garden. And there was a chapter in the book with, it was every year of the month of the year of how to garden in Florida. And in August, it had nothing, just said, don't even bother. It's too hot outside. So I don't know if you remember that.
Well, it was too hot. When it got hot in Florida, it got hot.
Yeah.
Here you get to winter and you have to shut everything down. And then, of course, then you don't have winter anymore. And then you got a brief period of spring. But it's been great. I've seen people, Kristen, that have had snow in the middle of April. And I'm sitting there, how can you have snow?
I'm in Georgia. So now it's like getting into the 80s.
Well, remember one time in Cincinnati, it snowed in April.
It did.
Oh, that was crazy.
Well, there's a place in Helen that we've driven through on our way to Cincinnati when we moved to Helen, Georgia. That is a beautiful place. Oh, that's just gorgeous.
It is really.
Oh, so sorry. I was going to say, I remember as we were moving up here, as we gradually started, because we started in Florida and then came our way up the state, and it was still like, it was, I think, April or around April, May, around this time. And as it got colder, we had to put on warm clothing. And I remember in Helen, Georgia, the one thing I wanted to get, and we kept looking in souvenir shops, was for gloves because my hands were freezing.
Oh, it was cold.
And we finally got me a new pair of gloves.
Yep,
And
it
that's
was cold. But there's the one hotel there that I think it's I can't remember which hotel, and then that river back there, Chattanooga. Did I say it?
Mhm.
Did I say it? And it is just it's beautiful. If anybody has an opportunity to go to Helen, Georgia, it's just beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful places in Georgia. But you took us for a walk the other day on your property, and it just the stream, and I thought I could sit there for hours crocheting.
That's when we bought that property. I saw that and I'm like, I'm sold.
Yep.
Hi, Bruce. This is the last dog I get to take out tonight.
Kristen had a lovely dog that was you were taking for your walk the other day. He was a cutie.
That is Bella. That is what our farm is named after. She is what our farm is named after.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's a beautiful dog. What kind of dog is she?
Farm.
She's an American Bulldog.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
She was beautiful. You did a great stream the other day. It was really delightful to see all that.
Time.
Oh, jeez. I'm getting...
We'll let her do what she needs to do for a minute. For those that don't know, just so people know, my daughter is high functioning autistic. So there's times that she may do a little, interrupt a little bit, but that's just because her brain's going 3,000 miles a minute ahead of everything else. But she's a neat kiddo. She's always going to be my kiddo. They never grow up. They always stay your kids.
The dog was climbing all over me. All right, I'll mute myself for a little bit.
Okay. So did you have a good Saturday? I'm sure you've got a lot of things to take care of with all the animals. How many animals do you have on your farm?
I have no idea. So, and we're just getting more chicks and ducks. My chickens are sitting on maybe 50 plus eggs, and then I have more inside that are in the incubator. So there's no limit to the chickens that you need, because you need them all. So
Let's see, that's always interested me as far as people being able to have the chickens and taking care of them and then gathering the eggs and so forth. I always think of that I Love Lucy episode where she got the little baby chickens and they were all, have you ever seen that one?
no.
Oh, it's hysterical. She gets these little tiny baby chickens and they think that they could have the eggs right away. And they said like 2 years. And she's trying to hide all these little baby chickens from Bricky. Oh, it's hysterical. You have to watch it.
I remember that episode.
Oh, it's so funny. She was trying to bring a horse into the house. That was another funny one. But it's just to me, I grew up in Florida where there was just they didn't have the country. Now that I live in Ohio, I love the country. Couldn't get me back to Florida for nothing in the world. It's too crowded. But we live about an hour away from any of the Amish country. So you go down there and you've got all this wonderful food and all this, the countryside. And then you could go to a Dollar Tree and all of a sudden there's a horse and buggy pulled, right out there at the Dollar Tree.
I don't think we have any of that around us. So
Yep.
None of the Amish, I don't think, live in Georgia that I know of. Unfortunately, I would love to have like an Amish grocery store around.
Well, we have it sometimes in Mansfield. You'll see them, the Amish going right down in the horse and buggy. But you
Is
could
it?
literally be driving down, and there's all of a sudden there's a horse and buggy parked out of a Dollar Tree or a Dollar
Mom,
General.
isn't the pumpkin seed market at Amish?
It's somewhat, but not as much as when you get down to Holmes County and Berlin. It's
Oh
much
yeah, like
more
that,
Amish.
the place we went to where the restaurant's on the second floor, and I had a conniption fit. When that one be
Yes.
on. I thought pumpkin seed was too. All right, my bad. If I have to mute myself again, the dogs are gotta give water to the dogs.
She works at a dog kennel at night. So she's the only person there. And she just thought, I want to hop on and see Mama. But I have to do some more. I have to watch more of your videos and be able to see. Oh, Cosmic's coming on. Hold on a second. We got to add some room. Let's see. Do this one. Hi, Cosmic. How are you?
Good.
Well, you're good?
Yeah, I'm still learning how to use
Welcome.
this StreamYard thing. Hi, how you going? Hi,
Well,
Kristen. Hi,
that's what it's for. We're here to use it. And
Yes.
Cosmic,
Hello.
this is Kristen from Bella Whisper Farmstead, and my daughter's here too.
Hey.
Hi. I wanted to say hello to Chrissy because I'm also autistic and I can't help but let people know stuff that comes into my brain because otherwise it disappears. But I didn't say it straight away, it's gone.
Well, she is an amazing girl. And
well, she's your daughter, of course.
Yeah, she is. She is. But
so
a lot of
Saturday over there.
Saturday was relaxing. I tried to relax. I had a little bit more pain than I would have liked to have today. I just crocheted. I give you a lot of credit for picking up the crochet hooks.
Yeah, well, I started it today and I found out my wool's a little bit thick for my needle. So I've been watching the how to start it off thing, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. I'll get there.
Do you have there's a band on there. It should tell you if there's a band exactly what hook size you're supposed to use.
Yeah, this is meant to be for knitting, I think.
Is this
I'm meant to go for the thinner version.
Sorry, is this better? You can't. Well, he was barking a minute ago.
Well, it's fine. It's not barking as loud.
Because I have the door closed. It's clock out for the night.
Hi, Dawn. How are you? And hi, Ben Bacon Bits. Welcome. If anybody wants to join, there's more room. This is what connection looks like, y'all. This is what we're doing. And to think we've been to Australia and we've been to Georgia and Ohio. We've been all over the place tonight.
There's a song, there's an Australian song. It's called "I've Been Everywhere, Man," and it goes through all these Australian names. Been to Coonabarabran and all these other ones, and it's really cool, actually. I can't think of who sings it. I think it's Slim Dusty or something.
But it's good to see you. And I'm telling you, your story the other day on Mother's Keeper, you did an excellent job.
Oh, thank you.
You did an excellent job.
I felt very awkward. Thank you very much. And it was a lot because of the people that I have who support me when I talk. So, talking on your show was really good, and talking on Needing a Meeting was really good. So it helps. The connection and the support really makes a big difference.
And we all have a story. Every solitary one of us has a story to tell.
Exactly right. And
we shouldn't be ashamed of it, not one bit. Everything that's happened in our life has happened, and we can get through it, but we can certainly do it better together.
That's right.
And I'm grateful for all the support and all the friendships.
Yes.
They really have just been So helpful.
This is true. I just really wanted to come on and say hello and thank you for having me on, because I don't know if I would have been able to do Needing a Meeting the next day without you. And yeah, I just wanted to say I love you all and love yous from Australia. So
Well, we
probably
love you, Cosmic, and you know what? You are not in this thing we call life in any way, shape, or form by yourself, and you should be, proud of who you are. And
thank you.
just like I am, I'm very proud of my daughter, autistic, and everything. She's amazing, not because she's my daughter, but because it's the way that she was made. And I love the way her brain works. We all need, everybody has a different way that their brain works, and we need them all, every solitary one.
Exactly, and it's the ones that think differently, out of the box. I think that actually super contribute to the work. Like everybody contributes. We all our thoughts matter, our feelings, everything, our experiences. But
And
people who can think out of the box tend to expand humanity's thinking. It takes someone else to think differently.
I also love your accent, by the way.
Well, thank you. I love your name. Us Christies need to stick together.
A lot of people like.
Well, I told her that I named her Christina, and that's exactly who I would call her. Her friends can call her Chrissy, but the mama was going to call her Christina. But
that's funny because I don't like nicknames.
I got special people, but only they can call me that, and everybody else who's known me before they have called me Christina. I answer to anything.
Yes. I won't answer to anything, but my little buddy, she's the first one who's ever given me a nickname, and she calls me Chrissy. So, and anyone else, I'd ignore it. I'd be like, I don't know who you're talking about. It's not my name.
The only I hate is Christine. The only person that can call me Christine is my old choir teacher. Like this day, and I've moved to Ohio when he last commented on my post, and I always would correct him, Christina, and he'd always say Christine. So he's the only person that I will allow to call Christina, because no matter how much I tell him it's Christina, he never seems to get it right. So that's the only person that can do that to me, and I'll allow it.
I used to get called Kirsty all the time. So people would be like, Kirsty? And I'd be like, I'm not cursed. I don't know who you're talking about.
That's not too bad of a name. But
it's a more common version than Christy, actually. Kirsty is more common than Christy for some reason.
Everybody has their preference too.
Yes.
So I get it.
Yes.
But
all right, well,
but Christina, what's very unique and that I've always found, and I think it's just not all autistic individuals do it, but Christina and we could watch a TV show and she'll rewatch it again, and she will find things in that TV show that I didn't even see, but she saw.
Well, that's why I watch it again. Or I watch it a second time, especially if it's a new episode of something. I'll usually watch it over the next day just to see if I missed anything.
I watch it straight away. I'll watch it, then I'll watch it straight after, and then probably a couple more times, because I like watching things over and over again, because there's always something I miss. It's like reading a book.
Yeah.
So I read so fast that excuse me, I'm sorry. That when I'm reading my book, which I can read like the book called Magician, I read that in 3 days. It's a big, thick book.
Oh, I don't know. 3 days. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you guys. I apologize.
That's all right. That's what we're here for. But because I read so fast, I have to go back and read it because I've skipped big chunks of it. So I miss a large part of the story. So.
Yeah, but when you were on with my other keepers and you talked about the fact that you don't look somebody in the eye, I'm like, I know that, because Christina doesn't do the same thing either.
Yeah, I can't even do it online. So when I've got my phone and it's the front one, I'm like, well, this is strange because I can see my face. So
but
this is my kid in the background.
But if people don't realize that that's something that people do that are autistic, they may think that they are ignoring you, and they're not. It's just something that they
Yeah.
struggle with. And so if you're
Yeah.
aware of that, then when you come along somebody that is, you can say, okay, then you can come along and say, okay, that maybe they are. But if you're not aware that that's something that somebody may have that's on the spectrum, you won't know.
I've only ever had one person who had a problem with it. One person, and that's because I was in a relationship with them and I couldn't look them in the face still, especially if I was upset with them. And so they knew, because I can't hide that sort of stuff, so they knew if I couldn't look them in the face, then I was a bit mad.
Wait,
but yeah.
not to. If this question sounds rude, do you have autism as well?
Yes.
Oh, it's nice when I meet someone else who has the same thing as me, and I don't feel so alone. I was like going through this. I'm like, wait, that sounds okay. I'm so sorry if that was rude. Please excuse me.
Not at all rude. Please, no, not at all rude. And my daughter's also autistic as well. So, and ADHD.
Oh yeah, that's part.
So.
That's why if I'm interrupting you guys, so I take medication each day for ADHD and autism, and by now my medication has totally worn off. So that's where the interrupting and what is it called? The thing that stops you before you think.
You know how there's words that tickle your brain,
Yeah.
You know them, but you just can't get them out. Yeah, I know
it's
what
on
you're
the
talking
tip
about.
of my tongue.
It's and the medication I take for it is called Intuitive.
Impulse control.
Impulse control. Thank you. That my impulse control is completely gone right now. It's
all right. I can handle the interruptions because I do it all the time too.
Oh, okay. Because my medication is totally worn out by now. But I wanted to come on and support my mom as well because we haven't been live together in a while. So, it's so nice to meet somebody who struggles with the same stuff that I struggle with. So go on, Mom.
Well, it's taken you a while, Christina. She's sitting now in her 20s to be able to sit there and say, I'm autistic and I have this. And not that I don't think she's the point where she's totally accepted it, but she's willing to talk about it, which is huge. Because if we don't talk about it and we don't let people aware of it, and if you say, well, I don't have anybody in my life that's autistic, so I don't need to learn about it. Well, yes, you do, because you're going to run into people in life that do struggle with it. And if you're not aware of it, you're not going to know how to handle it.
A
lot of the times you won't even know.
Well, and to thank for me speaking out about my autism, I have a friend on Instagram. She's from the Netherlands. I don't know if you came on earlier and heard me talk about somebody from the Netherlands, but she has autism.
But I'll go back and watch it.
It's okay. She has autism too, and she's the one that's helped me realize that it's not such a bad thing. It's not a curse. And she loves me for who I am, and she's got me to realize that, hey, I don't need to be ashamed of it. So that's why I'm more open about it right now, because I have her in my life and she taught me that. So
oh, that's great, because I don't think it's a curse either, because otherwise I'd think that my daughter's cursed. But I would really like people to think that just because we've got autism doesn't mean we have a special power or a superpower or something like that, which is what I was talking about with Mary. I think when we had our thing, is that it's not a superpower for some people, and there is a lot of difficulties, and it is hard for us who go through it to accept that this is something that we were born with, and there's not really much we can change. We can just learn to manage and cope with it.
And I feel like people saying it's a superpower just makes it more glorious than it is, because it's not like the worst thing I guess you can have on the planet, but there are struggles that come with it that don't make it feel like a superpower.
Yeah. I feel like people say it because they're trying to lift people with autism up. So I get that it's coming from a good place.
But yeah,
You know,
I get what
yeah,
you're
but
saying.
it's not always, it's not always quite as what people are saying. Because I'm like, okay, when my superpowers start, do I need to get bitten by a spider? You know?
You wouldn't even get close to Christina.
No.
Yeah.
And
I've
Swiss
already been
Vapor,
bitten by a spider. No superpowers.
Swiss Vapor says, since I tell people I'm autistic, I have fewer problems with my job. Yes, because you're informing them of it, and they can learn from that.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if all workplaces are accepting and also supportive. It's not just accepting; it's also the support that counts, because there's a lot. It does count, like support. It's all about sometimes making the place a safe space for whoever is working, whether that be any sort of mental illness or disorder or just having a bad day. Just make a nice place for your workers.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's nice to have somebody beside you. Like growing up, nobody that I knew had autism. Really growing up, I felt like I was all alone, and it's nice to meet somebody or have people who are in the same. Well, not that they're that. How do I put this? Because I don't want to say people who are in the lower spectrum are dumb, because they're not, but who are on the same intellectual level as you as well.
Yeah. Well, see, that's one of the things that I have a difficulty with as far as high functioning, low functioning, because there's some days where I'm super high functioning, probably higher than lots of other people. And there's other days I can't get out of bed or off the floor. So there's no actual, that's why like having autism is also a spectrum, because there's some days I'll function better than anybody on the planet. Other days I'm basically a sea anemone just going, help.
Like some days you feel like you don't want anybody. This is like some days for me, like some days I'll feel like, no, I don't want anybody to touch me. I'm overwhelmed. And then there's some days where I'm like, yeah, I need all hugs and cuddles I can get. And it's like so random.
I know. And I kind of feel bad for the people around me, because I don't know what I'm going to feel like that particular day. I'm either I'm either a porcupine, or I just want to be a cuddle bear, It just depends on the day and what's going on.
Get it.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about having people around me who know me probably better than I do, because I'm just walking around like banging into walls and stuff. But they understand me really, really well, and they know, they can see me building up to a meltdown or being overwhelmed before I can. Generally, that's one of the reasons why I want to support dog, like a properly trained one, is because then they'll be able to sense it before anybody, and hopefully help me do my self-soothing behaviors before I go into full meltdown mode, which is something that's debilitating, and something that lots of people who don't have autism don't understand, is that we're not having tantrums or whatever. It's just that we can't control our emotions and all that sort of stuff. They're so strong and so powerful that it's everything.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's like so overwhelming. You can't. It's so hard to get through the day. That's 100% makes sense to me. Mom's just sitting over here so quiet.
Listen, this is support happening in front of you all. This is two people that are dealing with something. They have common ground between them. I'm just sitting here going, I know, because I've been the mom. I don't struggle with autism, but I've had to love somebody with autism. And I've had to take the energy of raising, over here, $15,000 for a service dog. That was such a blessing to our family. And I raised it. He was worth every solitary penny to get it. But it made it where Christina's where she is because of that service dog coming in. And if you can get it, Cosmic, get it, because it will make such a huge difference.
Well,
I'm very sorry, you go. No, you go.
I was just gonna say, and Mom, we're gonna be doing we're gonna be doing that again, only to help me become a dog trainer one day.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If you could train dogs for people who have, like us, that would be amazing, because I think there's a lot of people out there who aren't doing it
One of the
That's
my,
even true.
one of my dreams this is where I could go with that too. I could like dabble in that as well, because there's like a field in the dog industry. There's a ton of fields. But
Service dogs.
I really want to work with pit bulls because I love the breed so much, but they're so misunderstood. And I want to work in maybe shelters and places to get a lot of the pit bulls that are in there rehabilitated, so that they can find homes and not be stuck in a shelter and be euthanized, because they aren't being found a home. That's what I ran into when fostering, and it's been on my heart, because all the dogs that I foster, they probably would have been euthanized at some point because they kept coming in and out of shelters.
Yeah, well, see, that's one of the things that I've got a mini. They're called Staffordshire, English Staffordshire Terrier over here for the little mini pit bulls, and then you've got the the American Staffies, and they're a bit bigger, and then you've got the ones that are a bit bigger. I think they've been interbred with other things, but they're banned in Australia, the pit bulls. But my little dog, she is. I couldn't imagine anyone just thinking because she is of a particular breed, she is therefore just like all the other ones. And that's not even true. Like any dog that's not a good dog, it's got something to do with the humans that have been around.
Yeah, it's from what I've learned from all of the dog trainers that I've been around with the Dog Wizard, the two that I've been around. I've seen a lot of dogs come in aggressive because of lack of discipline with the owners, and especially with that type of dog, because that type of dog, even with German Shepherds, Huskies, those type of dogs, they need discipline and they need structure. And if you don't give them that, then that's where they think they're the alpha and they have to protect you, which and turn around and all in like in reality, you need to protect them. But they feel like they protect you because there's no discipline and you're not being the alpha. That's where a lot of it comes from.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah. And also there's fear aggression. Like my dog had fear aggression because she was attacked by a dog next door. She hates dogs now. All dogs, hates them. Loves people. I think she thinks she's a person. But I spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to train her out of that fear aggression of other dogs. I couldn't. Yeah. It's ingrained. It happened to her when she was 3 months old. So it's ingrained in her. Yeah.
On my channel, Cosmic is Christina's dog we're caring for because she can't have it right now. And that is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. And that's Mocha. And Mocha was actually held by the collar and choked by neighborhood kids, thought it was funny, and then abused after that. So there's some things we're never going to work out of her ever. But I have a surprise, Cosmic, that I think you'd like to see.
I love surprises.
Look who showed up.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Christy.
Hi,
Mary. Hi, Christy.
So
good to see
Christy,
y'all.
Cosmic knows Kristen. Kristen, that's my daughter, Christina. Hi. And now I'm going to get tongue-tied.
We have all the Chris people here.
Well, the two C's and the other, the two K's and the C's.
I'm glad one of them's a C.
Everybody.
Mom, I can't really see right now. I'm talking.
That's okay. You're driving. Please don't. I want you home in one piece.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, don't look at the camera if you're driving. Just drive. We're good.
I'm so confused.
Well, Kristen is a friend of mine, and she's in Texas. And you got Cosmic in Australia. They're all people from the lifeboat.
Yeehaw!
Well, one of the things that my grandma actually told me about people with ADHD, and she found this out doing research or something, or she heard about it, and she said that people with ADHD do better when they're talking with someone, like if they're cleaning something or doing something, they focus a lot better when they're talking to somebody.
That's called body doubling.
Yeah, I find, like, whenever I'm doing dishes, I'll call up my grandma and I'll be like, guess what time it is? And she'll say, it's dishes time. And I'll be like, yep, and get the dishes done. And so that's why I'm having that on while I'm doing this. It helps me focus.
I I have to do that. I have cleaners come, my support workers and all that sort of stuff, and I can't have them clean for me. But if they're there, I can clean because I just need someone to help me start off and all that sort of stuff and just hang around. Because otherwise I'm walking around going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll pick up something and put it down somewhere and then go
Do
play
they clean
Crochet.
with you? Do they clean with
Yeah,
you, Cosmic, or do they just kind of like hang out?
oh no, they clean with me. It depends. It depends on
Okay.
if I want them touching my stuff that day or not. Sometimes they're just like, don't touch my stuff. Don't move my things. No.
Because you know where
But
they
I
are.
hear ya.
yeah. Well, if I don't pay attention, things get moved. I've been looking for a makeup, like an eye pen for days because my little buddy's touched it. I don't know where it's gone.
For the
So
How
feeling.
dare they?
yeah. Oh, well, but that's body doubling is something that's actually really, really helpful, and it can help even say if you've got an ADHD child or someone in university or doing any sort of study, just sitting in the room with them as they do it, rather than just making them go do homework and expecting them to be able to do it. Just being with them is actually really, really helpful. I found that for my children when I was doing with homework. If I just sat there in the room, I wouldn't do it. Although, to be fair, with my daughter, I did. I did her homework. But most of the time, I'll just sit there in the room and as they did it, because I just needed someone for company. A lot of the time, it's just company.
Yeah, that's how I did better with homework when somebody was there. It helped me stay focused a lot better.
Even if they're not
I
talking to you,
wonder.
they're just there.
Yeah.
I
She
wonder if
also did
that's why
much
there's
better
a
when
whole
she
lot
went.
of
She did much
like.
better
There's a
when she
whole lot
went
of
with us.
YouTube.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay,
wonder if
Kristen.
that's
Go
why
ahead.
there's a whole lot of YouTube videos out there that are like clean with me videos.
Yes.
Have y'all seen those?
I have
Yeah,
not.
I've seen those. I'm on neurodivergent cleaning pages on Facebook because I have issues. I love things being clean. I cleaned my entire kitchen last night. That's where you can see it right now. For hours, and then someone went in to use my kitchen, and man, I was mad. Don't touch my stuff. It's clean. But it's like it takes me ages to do any of that sort of stuff. But if I have something playing, it helps because it's like it starts like this is how you do the dishes. I know how to do the dishes. I've been doing it since I was like 4 years old. But having someone else just be there talking to me without expectations or judgment is fine. It's great. And they
Well,
also help, like,
oh,
there
sorry.
you go. Sorry.
I
No,
was
it's
gonna.
all good.
Well, oftentimes for me, my husband, he works third shift, so by the time I'm ready to do dishes, he's already left. So I don't have him to come down and hang with me while I do dishes. So that's why I usually call my grandma or my mom and just power away the dishes with them on the phone.
Well, see, it's great that you've actually know that that's what it is because I didn't know about it until someone said, you need a body double. I'm like, what's that? And then they told me, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, it actually really works. Because before I was just struggling by myself.
I didn't know it was called that until you said that. I just knew it helped people with ADHD.
I didn't even know it was a thing to help until someone told me about it. So that's the only reason I know all these names for things is because people tell me what they are. Everything's got a label. Yeah. Anyway, I have to go because I've got to go for a drive.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's been
thank
lovely
you,
to meet
Cosmic,
all.
for coming on.
Thank you.
You're welcome
Anytime.
anytime.
Chrissy, it was lovely to meet you, and I would love to talk to you again a bit more about stuff.
Yeah, I would love to talk to you again. We'd have to do it. We should do a live again one day when I'm not coming home from work or are working.
That'd be great. I'd love it. All right, love yous, and I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too, Cosmic.
I don't know how to leave this one. There's the button. It is.
She's using and Christine, I will tell you that Kristen, I have to say that very slowly.
So that's
Kristen has said to me what
It's
an
okay.
inspiration you are. That she gets
Absolutely.
to see how far you've come because she's raising a son with autism.
That's the person
Yeah.
that's on now, right?
Yeah,
that's me.
Okay.
That's me, Chrissy.
Okay. I just don't want to look at the screen and then.
No, please drive.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. It's nice to know that I'm inspiring somebody with something that I have. I can't really get rid of it, It's nice to know I'm inspiring someone.
It is really, it's nice to see someone who's, an adult, living their life and, working and, being married and, doing those things that people like to do that, kind of make life enjoyable. Because when you're in the middle of raising a little one who's like running around like crazy and uh, insists right now, presently, he insists on sleeping on the floor. Like he won't sleep in his bed. I don't know why.
Well, that's
But
fine.
if he's happy
I,
there, that's fine.
hey, I don't know. I don't know how that's comfortable. I cannot. I don't think, did I ever sleep on the floor or wanted to, Mom?
You just chose to sleep every place else but your bed until we got Jordan.
Well,
And then Jordan was just
I wanted to sleep
godsend.
with warm bodies. That's what it was. Okay, that just sounds so weird. I am so sorry.
No, but autistic
I know what
individuals,
you
I'll
meant.
clear that up real quick. Autistic individuals, they've
wanted
done
a
studies to
cuddle
say
buddy.
that they
Yeah.
actually sleep better with a warm body. So once we put Christina in the position of having a service animal, and that was Jordan, he was a black lab, she actually slept. It was like she slept fine if she was sleeping, beside me or something, or we tried the TV, we tried weighted blankets, we tried everything. But it was best if she was in, sleeping with somebody, a parent. And then when we got Jordan, it was like, good night, Mom. And this was at 13. Good night. I'm off to bed. And I was like, oh, this is what it's like. So they've done studies. So that's what that means. And like I said, it was wonderful to see her just going, okay, good night. And I was like, good night. I love you. Like, this is what you should have been doing.
And
The whole time. Should have gotten this dog from day one.
I can tell you, like, the first couple of nights sleeping without Jordan was terrible. Just because I was always used to a dog in the bed with me. But and we ended up fostering plenty of dogs just because I didn't want to live without a dog.
No.
And I needed somebody to take care of. So we ended up fostering, and but honestly, the last bit of when Jordan was alive, because he didn't want to sleep with me for some reason. He wanted to sleep off the bed. I think he was going blind, and being up there kind of scared him.
He was blind at that point. He had diabetes the last year of his life.
Yeah, and then he got cataracts.
Yeah.
But he didn't. I think being up on the bed kind of scared him because he was blind, so he couldn't see what he was doing. So
just like being up high.
I don't know. It could have been that, or he was just getting too hot and the floor was more comfortable. It could have been a number of things, but he kind of prepared me for when, in a way, for when he did pass away. Because then I was able to sleep alone for those couple of nights until I got a dog.
That was Jordan. That was his job, to go and lay on Christina and comfort her. He was an amazing dog.
Puppy.
Yes,
he was
he
so
was.
sweet.
Dog.
He was. And this was the first foster after we had Jordan. This was the first foster. And that was Buddy.
Oh, that little nose.
Oh, he was a sweetheart.
He was, but he was
He
very
was just. Oops, wait.
He was very protective of me. Remember that first night?
Oh, he looks so happy.
Oh,
Mom, remember that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mom.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, remember that first night I was laying on Dad's side of the bed, and Dad was just trying to mess with me, and he was tickling me or something, and Buddy wasn't going to bite him, but he like lunged and growled, and ever since
we think that he was most likely abused. So it took us a while with him to realize that when people hugged, they weren't hurting each other. So we had to practice hugging around him so that he wouldn't get upset. Yeah, but he never quite got over when people were roughhousing. He never got over that one.
Yeah, because I think he may have had to protect somebody who was being
Yeah.
abused. Because I mean, telling you what, there was a pastor that came to our house, the pastor of our new church, and he came to our house to meet Papu. And at the end, the pastor was going to shake my hand, and Buddy was lying against me on my lap. And every time the pastor went to shake my hand, he growled.
It's
Like
no.
the pastor.
Well, we had just gotten him at that point. But it's a really good thing to say to people. If you're unable to take the cost of a dog, then, going to an animal shelter and taking a dog home for the weekend, or being able to just take care of them. Often they will take care of your food. They'll take care of the food. They'll take care of, the food and the medical care and everything. And you just get to go home and love them and make a huge difference in their life and make them the ability to rehome. And oftentimes in shelters, they're so busy, they don't have the opportunity to really learn about the dog. And you can give insight to the dog in a way that is amazing. And it doesn't have to be a dog that needs serious medical needs. None of the dogs we fostered needed serious medical needs. They just needed to get out of the shelter. They needed a home.
Well, it's not even that they don't have time to find them out. Like the people at the shelter don't have time to spend a good amount of time with each dog because there's so many dogs.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
If you can foster and you can't do an adoption, that will, I know it may not seem like much, but it will help a lot of those dogs who cannot who keep going in and out of shelters because they don't do, because they need that love and attention first.
My dog is not a service dog, but we got him from the SPCA, and he started out there as a puppy. The family adopted him, then they lost their jobs, and they had to take him back, and then we found him. But he's not a service dog, but he's the sweetest dog. Like, he's incredibly gentle, he's incredibly patient, but he's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of spunk.
So we know today is Star Wars, right? We all know it's the Star.
May the Fourth be with you. Yeah.
Well, this is a dog. This was the third dog we had. This is Hunter, and you will hear him, and Christina got him to learn how to say "I love you," but he sounds like Chewbacca. So here's a little honor to let the Force be with you, if I can make it work. And
he really does sound like Chewbacca. That's amazing.
That's the only Chewbacca I will allow.
Yep. She's not a Star Wars fan.
Right.
But
oh no. You're on May the 4th be with you day, and you don't like, oh my goodness. I don't know.
She's not one, but
give me a moment to process this. I need a moment.
It's okay.
But that was Hunter.
My husband, he's a Star Wars fan, and I don't understand the movies. Today's been a rough day. I was even willing to watch a Star Wars movie with my husband to cheer him up.
Oh, good wife right there. Watch something you don't like. Just to cheer him up.
I was willing to watch a Star Wars movie just to cheer him up, but I'd rather watch Narnia.
It's not your thing. That's nice.
No,
Narnia is good.
To me, the sounds of lightsabers are annoying, but to hear
I can see that.
Battle clinking, metal swords clanking together, perfect sound. Oh my goodness, it's so satisfying.
So see, I threw in some Star Wars with Hunter doing the Chewbacca. Didn't he say the very beginning of it? It sounds just like Chewbacca.
So yes, exactly.
Yes. And I swore, I said to Christina after, because what happened was the shelter with him did not, they did not really have time time to get to know him very well. So we brought him home and we had him for 4 months. And I'm just sitting there going, I'm never going to own a Staffordshire Bull Terrier ever again. And now we have Mocha.
Too much
Well, I will
energy,
say-
huh?
No.
Well,
Oh, hold on, no. There when Hunter would walk in the park. We would take walks in the park, and there would be another dog. I tell you what, I would have to stand still, hold him between my legs because he would like to lunge, and he would cry and sound like somebody was murdering him because he could not get to the dog to play. I did not know him enough to where, or I felt comfortable enough for him to be around other dogs. I wish Dog Wizard was there with him because I would 100% spend the money at Dog Wizard with him. But for one time, my dad could hear him in the parking lot. He was that loud, but he would scream, and the other dog was so calm. I felt so embarrassed because my dog would be like sounding like Bloody Mary, just screaming and
it's not necessarily that staffies are high energy. They can be, but they can also be very stubborn. And they also look at you in a way that no other dog I've ever seen does. It just, when you look in a staffy's eyes, it's like you're absolutely reading their soul. I mean, I just can't explain it. It's just like they're human.
They have very human-looking eyes. They have really big eyes. It's true.
They're like huskies, but they're a lot quieter. They have the stubbornness of huskies, but they don't actually throw a loud well, some of them can.
Yeah, huskies kind of not yodel exactly, but it's sort of like that.
Kind of scream.
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos where they're carrying the husky screaming bloody murder because they're doing with their walk? They're absolutely screaming.
One video I saw, I'll have to send it to you, Mom, so you can send it to her. And this person just with their foot touched the dog's body, and all of a sudden the dog goes whoa or something like that, and is screaming. I can't make the noise. But it's just so funny, and I can watch it over and over again.
They do kind of sound like humans making weird sounds.
Oh, Mocha has tantrums, whatever you want to call them, every once in a while.
Ben is on fire.
Department of Motor Vehicle Staffing may be human somewhere
Ben's
deep
making
down.
me laugh.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, would you feel human after working at the DMV for a few months? I mean, you probably start with some humanity, right? And then it gets drained.
I worked for Walmart.
No offense, DMV friends.
I worked for Walmart for a couple of months, and I felt like I lost brain cells after working there.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate it because it was rough.
What was the best part of working at Walmart, and what was the worst part? I'm really curious because I've actually not talked to anyone that's worked there in a long time.
So the best part, I worked there from September, after I got back from my honeymoon, to December. The best part was the friends that I made, because there was two coworkers that I loved. And I say the worst part of there was a lot of horrible parts of working with Walmart. I would highly suggest no one work for Walmart because it's such a horrible place. But
we will not be sponsored by Walmart anytime soon.
Thank
I
you,
suppose.
Kristen.
Sorry, Walmart.
The managers didn't treat us like human beings. They treated us like robots.
Well,
no.
I'm going to speak up and say that we have a crew member, on the other keeper and here that she works in Walmart, loves it. So it was Christina's experience. It's not everybody's experience. It was hers. Well, she's much better working
my other
with the
keeper
dogs.
is in Canada, right? So I have a feeling that
she has
there's
a friend
different.
Her Walmart has been a godsend for her. So for
there's
Christina,
different requirements. Yeah.
Well, and there at Walmart, I had two coworkers stalk me constantly, and would make sure that I was doing my job, but yet they'd watch me and not do their job.
Ooh, that's the worst.
Stalk me. Yeah, I had to
obnoxious.
leave because it was so toxic.
Well, you're much better off with the dogs. You're much better off with the dogs. I told you that from day one. Did you listen to your mama? No. Kids, just
Mary
prepare,
knows
Kristen.
things.
They're not going to always listen to you. They'll get older, and then they'll get those phone calls that you get from them going,
Oh, he doesn't listen
Mom,
to me now.
why are
System,
you always right?
to where you earn these points in order to have days off.
Points? You have to
And
have
you rack
points
them
for
up
your
so
PTO
slow.
days?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have something
Not
like that in
points, but
corporate job, but it's like, yeah, you accrue your paid time off.
you would have to earn it working, earning it. You wouldn't get them. You would just work, or you would work and earn the hours. And then we had point systems where if you got 5 points over, then you'd get fired. And that was if you called off or anything like that. And you would
How
earn
do they keep
PTO so
staff
slowly you could never
there?
get a day off.
How do they keep a staff then if people get
I don't know.
fired that easily for that small of a thing? Seems like if
have
you
it
get the
work.
flu,
It was.
you're done for.
She's so much better with dogs.
I'm opening
She
the
just-
door with, yeah. Oh yeah, this morning a coworker could not come in, or did a no call no show, and they called me and asked if I could come in.
She's been busy all day.
Oh, I'm just moving into a new. I'm opening the door with the key
Well, if
upside down.
It's because you're tired. Welcome to adulting. Isn't it a lot of fun? No, I want to go back to being a kid. How many of us want to be a kid again? I don't want to adult anymore.
Well, if I had to get, I mean, I don't know about you. If I had to get called in unexpectedly to work on my day off, I'd rather get called in to go take care of dogs than to go be at Walmart with cranky people who don't know where stuff is.
Yeah, no,
and are mad at me.
Oh, yeah,
No,
I
she
would 100%
tonight, so
agree
they
with
called
that.
her
The
in.
only, yeah, I was the only person that was willing to come in. I love dogs so
Oh,
much.
wow.
What the heck did he fix? Okay. That is my husband.
Oh,
He scared me. Dang
yeah,
it.
I forgot. Why didn't you get off,
He
Christina?
likes
so
to
that
scare
you...
me. I'm on a live with my mama.
Hi, Mr. Chrissy's husband. That's like when before I knew Mary's husband's name, I said, "Hi, Mr. Busted Crochet."
Hi.
He said hi.
Well, but
Are you
hi,
going to watch
Jared.
more Star Wars with him, Chrissy? No. You're mad I suggested it.
No,
Watch Return of the Jedi. That's the best one.
I have to wait.
You're going to watch it.
Okay, Jared, which is the best Star Wars movie in your opinion?
Ooh.
She said the what?
I like Return of
which
the
one
Jedi.
did you say?
Personally, I like Return of the Jedi.
He's like,
yeah, Jedi's not bad, as well as the Empire isn't bad either, but...
Oh, he's not a prequels guy, is he?
Empire.
I would watch Star Wars with him tonight, but I have to wake up super early for church because I'm singing a solo tomorrow.
He is singing tomorrow.
So
Awesome.
You all don't want to hear me sing. I have told her she needs to record Happy Birthday for me in her own way so I could play that for y'all because you do not want to hear this girl sing. Sorry, Lifeboat crew and my crew. You ain't hear me sing.
Don't take it the wrong way.
I think I've seen a video you posted of Chrissy solo, and I thought she was great.
You did a great job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm singing it as well with my soul, which is... Oh, gosh. He has a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
He pointed the Nerf gun at me.
Oh,
I
goodness.
think Nerf guns should be a part of every... Is everyone okay? Do we need to contact Crisis?
She's okay. Christina.
Okay here.
See, everybody's going to get a laugh.
Of every
We're gonna
healthy
Star Wars,
relationship,
a
I
Nerf
think.
gun. But anyway.
You got to have Nerf guns in a healthy relationship. That way, instead of arguing, you just have a Nerf war.
Can't we?
and it makes everything funnier. It lightens the mood. There's a lot of votes in the chat for originally released 3 Star Wars. That's where my heart is. Although when I was a kid, it was the prequels that were coming out. They were all the rage because they were being newly released. So I thought they were cool when I was a kid, but now that I understand nuance, I appreciate the originally released ones better.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love a Jabba the Hutt scene? That's crazy.
Yeah. Just, you know what? It's good to see.
Not your thing, huh?
No, I'm not a Star Wars person. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
I was watching Elvis.
We love you. We love you anyway.
Follow That Dream is a good one to start with, and then you go to Change a Habit. That's what I was going to tell you.
You accept and love me even though I ate Vegemite, so I accept and love you.
Yes,
even though
you want to make
don't
brownies
watch
with
Star
them
Wars.
Vegemite, girl.
I'm trying to talk her out
of it.
I gotta do something with it. It's just sitting there taunting
me.
It's winning.
Throw it out. It's fine to throw it out.
I can't let it win.
I know, but it's okay. You're going to waste more just trying to make the brownies than you are trying to do anything. Just say goodbye and realize it was a trip down the wrong way and just let it go.
I've got some processing to do first. I can't
I
admit
know
defeat.
you do.
I think I'm gonna have to journal about this, you guys.
I'm trying to save her. I'm trying to tell her just let the Vegemite just go. Bye-bye.
I just wanted to say I had a great time. I'm going to go because I'm being held at Nerf Point.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I love you.
Uh-oh.
I love
That's
you.
serious.
Hon.
Okay. Everybody fight fair over there.
Say hi to Jared for me. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Chrissy. Bye, Jared. Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
This was a fun part of the live to hop in on. Star Wars and Nerf gun wars.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's my goofy son-in-law, yo. I love him, though, but he's goofy. Well, Kristen, you got on the lifeboat. You did it.
Oh, I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
I didn't even have time to be nervous. Oh, no.
So did the lifeboat crew. She made it. And I will say this. I'm going to say this while we're here. I said to her, listen, when you're ready to come on, if you need, you know, just know that I'm here if you need a little moral support. She said, can you come on with me? Because I don't think I can do it by myself.
Yeah.
She said, if I come on, you're coming on with me. She has become a really treasured friend from everybody on the lifeboat, just so you know. And she just said to me, I said, sure, I'll come on. I'll be nice and quiet. I'll even mute my mic and let you just go for it. But if you just need somebody by your side. And that's an encouragement to people that say, how do I do this whole YouTube thing? You turn it on. And if you need a friend, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here to support each other.
I started out as an experiment, just like I haven't talked to people in a long time. I've been working from home, and then I was like, I'm going to just experiment with this and see what happens. And then I think when I tried live streaming, that made it that adds a different thing to it.
Yep.
It makes it different because you're interacting with people, and I was interacting with, my friends. Like, you guys are my friends, and Mary, you've really helped me figure out how it all works. And you've been an amazing friend. You're like the friend that I can randomly message at a weird hour, and you might be really tired, but you're drag yourself awake and be like, Kristen, it's okay. You're not a bad mom.
No, I remember your first live, and it was so funny because you popped on live and I showed up, and you're like,
yeah, you were
oh my goodness. You're oh my goodness, you're, somebody's here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And I was the first one to pop in. And I was one of your first mods.
You were my first attendee and my first mod as well. And I thought I would be just talking to the air for another 20 minutes. There was one there, and I'm pretty sure that everyone will have hiccups at first, because that's just how it is. You're learning to do something, and we're not great at anything the first time we do it, right? Usually. I I think I did one live where I talked on mute for like 15 minutes. Like
Yeah, I
literally
messaged you and you
15
said
minutes.
you
You
can't
told me
hear ya. You
I
can't
have
hear
to
it.
go back and like edit it later.
Yeah.
So I was getting
Well,
warm. It was a warm up, right? Right.
but this is, if it hadn't been for the lifeboat, I'd have never met Kristen. I'm in Ohio. She's in
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
We'd have never
met you either.
we'd have never met. And we've become just absolute dear friends. Trying to save her from wasting chocolate with Vegemite.
You've saved me in so many ways. Vegemite is just one of them.
And we did a dual stream on my channel and hers, and we went on. We talked for an hour before we went on the live. Then we talked for 2 hours on the live. Then we got off the live and talked for another hour.
Yeah, that was a
My
blast.
husband's
Like we
you
kept
guys
saying,
would be dangerous together.
we kept doing the like Midwest Southern goodbyes. We kept going, okay, well, I'm going to go to bed. Oh, hey, and another thing.
It was like too funny, but
But yeah,
you
I
know,
would never have met you if not for the lifeboat. And
exactly.
my whole life's different in a great way.
It's changed. Because
Mhm.
I'll never forget it. You said to me, I don't know how to do this friends thing. And I said, well, guess what? Neither do I. So let's just try it.
I did say that. I remember, I think I remember one of the first times you sent me a voice clip, like instead of calling, because I wasn't calling people yet. And I was just like, and I hadn't had like a close friend like that in a long time. And I had this kind of reaction of like, oh my gosh, someone wants to be my friend? Like, me? No, not me. So it's been healing. It's been very healing.
Well, I think we get to, my whole thing raising, and you all got and be exposed a little bit to my kid, and I appreciate that. Raising a child with autism was hard, and I spent a lot of time alone without a lot of my friends understanding. So instead of coming in and saying, I don't have to understand what it's like for you to go through autism, I just have to remember that, I just need to come beside you and say, I'm here. I said when I started this channel, and, even before that, my goal was to make sure that no mother that was dealing with a special needs child ever felt that they were alone. And I stayed by that. I've even said to Kristen, listen, if you need to call me and you need to sit the phone down and just feel like you have somebody, go for it. And that's exactly what it means. Because when you're doing that, it can become a very lonely, isolated time because your sole focus is on the child. You don't have any energy for anything else. Friendship, connection, going out to lunch. No, that stuff doesn't happen.
Yeah, like just physically getting out of the house is so much harder,
Exactly. And like Swiss Vapor says, I would have died without the boat. And I totally 100%. I don't think I would have done that, but I certainly would have been a lot lonelier of a road. And
I don't mean to sound dramatic, but I feel that way too. I mean, when I found it, I was not coping with my life very well. I can say that much. I was kind of withdrawing from everybody and everything, and not really being a mother as well as I could, and not really having friends. And, I was kind of just like kind of in a dead end job that didn't make me feel good. And everything's complete 180. I have friends now, and I'm doing things that matter to me. And, I'm not like 100% happy go lucky every minute, but that would be boring.
Yeah. And I think it's good when you have an experience like for me. I've already gone down this road, and I can turn to somebody like Kristen and say, this is what I did. Can I kind of keep you from hitting some of those potholes I had to hit? Lovingly, because I'm looking at it from glasses on, not blurry vision in some degree. I'm not, emotionally tied in the way she is, but I've had to come in and say, can you look up some of these resources? I know you don't think you need them now, but they're going to make a huge difference. You're going to look back on, oh, thank goodness. And coming in and learning from some of my mistakes. But even though we have 2 children, I have 1 grown and she has 1, we both compared notes going, "Oh, wait a minute. My child did that, but my child didn't." But we can come on the same field, on the same level of we've got something to compare and some kind of foundation. But we felt like we've known each other for years. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the first time I talked to you, I didn't feel like I had to spend a whole lot of time with that weird small talk thing you start with. I felt like
we spent 2 hours on the phone. We're like, "Yeah, okay, goodbye."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was
I felt
great.
like I was just catching up with my friend I'd had forever,
Yeah.
It's
And I
pretty
said to
cool.
her after the live we did on our channel, so I said, "You know what? When is the last time you laughed with a girlfriend?" And she said, "It's been a long time, but sure, did it feel good?" And I said, "Oh, yes, it does."
Yeah.
And we all have to remember that this is Mental Health Month, but this whole connection thing is so important. We can talk about a lot of things and on the boat and on my channel all about stuff, but this whole just hanging out and connecting, and even though it's by video chat, it's still so important to have, because I can tell you, she knows I've kind of had a day that's been a little bit rough today, pain-wise. Well, I don't feel 100%, but I'm sure glad I'm not sitting over there, just going, mumbling underneath my breath. I've done what I needed to do, but it's kind of been a tough day. But I'm sure glad I got on. I was like sitting there going, I don't know if I can come on. And I feel better now because I've come on and I've chatted with my friends and I've saw my kid and I've been to Australia and I've been to Georgia and I've been to Texas and we've been all over.
It's neat how that happens, isn't it?
And Ben Bacon Bits says, "Yeah, I hear you, Kristen, about self-isolation. I'm studying and working so much that I miss human connection. And that's why this YouTube thing is so great." And if I missed any of the comments, when I didn't want to interrupt because I thought it was so neat with Kristen and too many K's and C's. Christina and Cosmic were talking because they were I was kind of backing away and I was letting them come forward because they were comparing notes. And I saw that interaction. I didn't want to interrupt it. So I just put the messages on the screen, and because I just didn't want to, they were jiving, they were just connecting in a way that I thought, I don't want to interrupt this. So it wasn't that I was trying to ignore anybody. I just thought that was happening between that. And I didn't want to interrupt it. I also know how when you interrupt somebody that has autism or ADHD, you totally get off their train of thought very easily.
Yeah, that's what like people I've been close to who had ADHD before told me is they feel like they have to get out the thing they're going to say right now or they'll forget it and it'll be gone. Ben, you can use your one phone call for me anytime. I don't know if I can get to where you are to bail you out, but you can use your one phone call for me. And I
oh, goodness.
But don't get arrested just for that.
No, let's not do that. Let's choose not to. Tommy would not be very happy with anyone else.
Let's not get arrested, but you can use your phone call for me.
Like Tommy would be sitting here saying, "Kristen, don't make Vegemite brownies." She's going to make it. She's going to waste perfectly good chocolate with Vegemite. I'm not trying to get off anybody that's from Australia. If you like Vegemite, go right ahead. But you got to go back and look at her video on her channel with the Vegemite and then look at her face. And the minute she put that in her mouth, I was like, oh my goodness, I know exactly.
Well, the thing is, people keep telling me not to do it. The more people say
the wrong thing to tell you,
the more I want to do it.
Yes, it's the wrong thing to tell you.
It's a challenge now. My train of thought got derailed. There were many casualties. Oh, may those thoughts rest in peace. May those thoughts rest in peace.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Ben cracks me up. Ben, you crack me up regularly.
There's a lot of people on the vote.
Oh yeah,
Kelly.
Yeah, a lot
Kelly
of people
wants to try it too. See, you started a trend here, Kristen.
I guess I could just like mail the leftovers to somebody within the continental United States. That way you don't have to spend money on it. I don't know how well it'd do in the mail, though. Maybe I should wait for
Don't
your.
send it to
You know,
me.
the thing is, it might be decent because the amount of chocolate and sugar is so much. Like, there's so much chocolate to this like third of a cup of the Vegemite, so it might overpower it. Oh, hey,
Hi, Butter. How are you? Keep thinking that. So you put it one bite in your mouth and then you go, ooh.
we'll see.
Just record
We'll
it so
see.
we
If
can
I
you see
can't
your
sleep, maybe that's
face.
tonight. Oh yeah, I'm gonna record it. That's the
See,
whole.
she's
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
this whole
It will
thing, and I'm
be.
gonna sit back going, I
Yeah.
tried. Last night on her live it was so funny. She was talking about wanting to wish to see I did my little cupcake to wish people happy birthday. And I'm gonna make one for Spanx, and it's gonna have an orange bottom, and I'm gonna make one for Kristen, and it's gonna have a yellow bottom, so she can do the same thing. But it was so funny because she said, I don't have anything. Something was happening. I can't remember what it was. And she goes, I don't have anything celebratory. And so we
Yeah, I
all know
didn't
about
where I
Floppy
was.
Trophy over here. Anyway, she said, I don't have anything celebratory. Maybe I should get sparklers and light them off. And I said, no, bad idea. Just like it is for
Then I
the
thought,
Vegemite.
you're probably not supposed to do sparklers inside the house. I
No, you're
realized.
not. Not that with
I do have
Vegemite. No.
sparklers.
Do I see a microphone with colors? Did you get a new mic or was
It
it the
is,
other
yes.
one?
Yeah, this is
See?
still the old one. It's not one of the
Oh.
cool ones like what you have where you can
Oh.
pick the color. It just like cycles through different colors. I still need to upgrade and get one like you have that you get to
See, I
pick the
can go all
colors.
different kind of. I can do that one. All different kind of colors.
I do have a slightly better camera. I'm in a different room because my husband is playing loud video games in the other room. So,
But I chose the orange because of Spanx and the fire.
aw, love it, love it. That's awesome. Are we still
See?
chatting? Or are we wrapping up?
Extra Chris wants a bite of the Vegemite brownies.
Of the Vegemite brownies or the cupcake?
Oh, well, maybe one of the two. I don't know. He probably does want to try the Vegemite brownies. This one does not spoil. And it's a heck of a lot better than this attempt. But everybody likes Floppy, so I have to keep Floppy. But I'm going to try to fix him so he's not so floppy.
Floppy. He's adorable. I don't know. I kind of identify with Floppy. Like, just because I don't always stand up straight doesn't mean I'm not valuable.
Oh, everybody's valuable. Everybody is valuable.
Even if I'm a little floppy, I can still make people feel good.
Yeah. So I'm sure we won't do this every Saturday on the lifeboat, but I think that every maybe once a month we do this on my channel where we just have people in, meet people. I think this is a great opportunity for the lifeboat crew to meet people from my channel and meet people from the lifeboat crew and make friends and make new connections. And I think it's great to put faces to some of these names, and maybe one of these times our captain can join us. And just think it's a great thing, and it's a great thing for mental health. And it also shows you all on the lifeboat what a friendship, you can see it. I hope you can see it between Kristen and I. But it shows that it didn't take very long for us to build this really treasured friendship that we have. And you think, oh, well, how can you do that with somebody on, through the thing? Well, you can. And if you're someone that is just caregiving or unable to really get out, don't not take this as an opportunity, the YouTube things and the live connections and the live feeds, to be able to get in and have that connection, because it is so good for your mental health. It is so good. You need your time away, but you need this. We all need to laugh, and we all need somebody to lean on. And we also need somebody that knows when we're having a difficult time.
Yeah. I would say that the connection is it's at the core of a lot of mental health, Well, I guess I should say bye and hop off. I don't want to overstay my welcome.
I don't know what yellow one has only one arm and can't swim.
Oh, this is a good
question. We'll see. We'll wait for the answer. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I can't hop off until we hear what the answer to this
Yes, you can't.
riddle is. I gotta
You're
stay
gonna
until we
stay
get the
till the
answer to
end
the
because
riddle
I'm
at
about
least.
ready to head off. But this
Oh,
has
okay,
been
okay. I'll just hang out till you tell me we're done then.
because see, we'll get off here and
Excellent.
then I'll be able to say goodbye. So she can't leave till I have an opportunity to say goodbye to my
Oh,
friend.
you're right. We gotta chat. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Not for very long. But anyway, this was
Not till 2 in the
just a
morning.
delight. And see, Kristen didn't even know it, but I got her on the boat. I told her, I said, I'm going to get you on. And I really, I didn't do it on purpose. Thought you knew, but she
No.
didn't realize it.
Yeah,
But we got her on.
like I
And
knew, but I didn't. You know, like I kind of knew, but I forgot. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna
well,
go hang out with Mary. You know.
well, I know that the boat will welcome you with open arms, and we'll be all here to support you, and you'll be great. And your kids behaved. Yes, they did. They did. You all did great. And we should do this. We're going to do this. I think this is going to be something pretty regularly on my channel. And then I'll contact other captains and say, hey, throw me on the lifeboat, maybe once a month and have that connection. Because I really think it's just fun to see friends, meet new ones, put, faces to names. I think it's just great. And it's really good for your mental health. And we got to meet some great people tonight. We went all over the place and we all didn't have to move from our chairs.
You get a chance to kind of get a little bit more in depth with people because you can connect in the chat, but a lot of time chats will move quickly and then, the topic changes quickly. And sometimes you just want to go, whoa, that thing that person just said makes me want to know so much more about them, Yeah.
But not only that, I thought it was really neat that Cosmic and my daughter connected, because those are two people that are dealing with something that now have two people that they seem to really want to talk more with each other. And it's just another peer support. And if you're not dealing directly with autism, you don't quite understand it. It truly is, and often said about those dealing with the spectrum, is they're in their own world. And that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
That they tend to be in their own world, and they have to kind of come into ours with all of our things to try to figure it all out. So it's neat to see that. And if we can provide some more support and more friends that they can just have their daily things talked about in life and everything, I think it's it's really good for us and mental health, to just have things and have our people to lean on. So thank you all for joining me. And boy, this was fun. It's going to be a regular Saturday night hangout for this crew, and then we'll throw it on the lifeboat. So thank you all. I'm having a blast. I really am with this channel, and I'm so blessed to be a Ripple. I'm just so grateful, and I want to help the other Ripples along the way, and help the boat and be here for people. And I just am just grateful beyond belief, and I take it with a great responsibility and a great honor. And I love my friends. They're just tremendous. So have a good night and stay connected, everybody. And don't move, Kristen. Stay connected, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.